The United States SEC files closing minute opening quick against Ripple difficult 2023 ruling. Ripple, a blockchain primarily based move border remittance company, is predicted to preserve its year-lengthy war with the USA Securities and Exchange Commission. On the other hand, Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderodi, has cited the case as noise and is of the opinion that it will likely be brushed off during the management that follows this one. Headline: the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has submitted its commencing short. If you want to accelerate its legal struggle against Ripple, a blockchain-based, totally virtual payment community, the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit issued an order in October of the preceding 12 months requiring the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission versus Ripple and its GoVT Quick to be submitted on or earlier than January 15, 2025. If this deadline is not met, the attraction will be disregarded. According to documents filed at the courtroom, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission is contesting the choice made through Judge Annalisa Torres on July 13, 2023. XRP tokens had been classed otherwise after they had been distributed to regular traders and institutional buyers, in line with the court statistics, which divulged that the regulator intends to contest a part of the order that became surpassed down by means of New York Judge Annalisa Torres on July 13th, 2023. It changed into clarified by the financial watchdog that Torres's end, which states that profits cannot be anticipated till traders deliberately purchase from the issuer, is opposite to both the applicable regulation and the undisputed information. It changed into burdened through the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, that the decision of the court docket violates fundamental securities policies and creates an unsustainable discrepancy among the expectations of traders. The SEC contends that the selection is in direct competition to the Howey test, which is a technique that determines whether or not an asset is considered a protection. In the record, it became tested that the regulatory body persisted to accuse Ripple, its co-founder Christian Parson, and the leader Govit officer of the business, Brad Garlinghouse, of violating the rules governing the sale of XRP tokens to retail and institutional investors. A similarly complaint levied by the commission turned into that the verdict differentiated among institutional traders and man or woman traders. The panel said that Ripple's considerable advertising and marketing efforts were focused at growing the rate of XRP. As said in an article posted on X, Ripple's leader criminal officer Stuart Alderodi stated that the regulator's remaining minute pass became predicted. According to the prison expert, the brand new courtroom filing is an illustration of the first arguments that have been unsuccessful within the court docket processes that got here earlier than it. According to Alderodi, the prison motion taken by way of the economic watchdog is not anything more than noise, and he voices conviction that the incoming management, so as to be led by means of President opt for Donald Trump, will sooner or later surrender on the problem that has been occurring for years. So, in addition to this, the legal professional emphasized that a brand new generation of legislation, so one can assist the cryptocurrency business, is about to begin and that Ripple will flourish as a result. Ripple's chief executive officer, Brad Garlinghouse, made an assertion regarding the criminal movement taken with the aid of the SEC, describing it as insanity. His grievance become directed towards a regulator for repeatedly engaging within the equal protection terms and waiting for exclusive results. And the beyond contributors of the Ripple community have leveled accusations towards the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, claiming that the SEC is making an attempt to put off the decision of its felony battle with Ripple. Customers assert that the regulator become purposefully submitting on the 11th hour on the way to provide the defendants, plus the whole cryptocurrency network, with a high degree of frustration. Investors are bullish approximately the prospective diagnosis for XRP and the cryptocurrency marketplace as an entire this year, regardless of the criminal entanglements which have arisen. When in comparison to the pinnacle 10 largest cryptocurrencies in phrases of market capitalization, XRP has data from the cryptocurrency facts aggregator Coin Market Cap indicates that XRP has expanded through around 8% over the last 24 hours, bringing its 7-day advantage to a total of 28.77%, which is also the latest since around 6% in 28 during the prior earnings round. With a marketplace valuation of $173.7 billion and a 24-hour trading quantity of $22.7 billion, the digital asset is now to be had for purchase for a retail fee of $3.02. The cryptocurrency currently holds the 1/3 spot. A few of the finest digital assets there are: the Securities and Exchange Commission of the USA has formally submitted an attraction inside the persevering with case that it's far pursuing in opposition to Ripple. The SEC is attempting to take into account the cryptocurrency XRP to be a safety. Earlier, the United States District Court for the Southern District issued a locating that indicated that sure XRP income to retail shoppers did no longer violate securities legal guidelines. The Securities and Exchange Commission expressed its disagreement with this ruling in a quick that changed into submitted on Wednesday. In essence, the traction challenges the difference that the district courtroom made among normal buyers and institutional buyers of the corporation. The district courtroom reasoned that big investors plausibly predicted income from the efforts of others because Ripple advised that its efforts could boom the price of XRP, the Securities and Exchange Commission said. With regard to the goal investor, widespread this is stated within the Howey test. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, contended that the district court's distinction between the objectives of institutional buyers and retail investors is incompatible. In addition to this, they asserted that it violates a key premise of federal securities guidelines, which states that investors with much less sophistication are simply as able to safety as buyers with more sophistication. However, the district court docket made the wrong determination that ordinary buyers did not have the identical expectation. This changed into due to the truth that they purchased XRP through crypto asset buying and selling platforms. And as an end result, they have been unaware of whether the vendor became a Ripple associate, or person else. By arguing that every one sales of XRP are unregistered securities, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, hopes to overturn the choice of the courtroom that desired Ripple. You can count on the case to be dispatched lower back to the trial court if they succeed. There are reports going around that the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, beneath the Trump management would alternate its role at the regulation of cryptocurrencies, according to reviews. There may be a possibility that enforcement operations might be placed on keep, which may additionally bring about settlements being reached extra fast and a move far from the concept of law by way of enforcement. It is predicted that the falling management will convey greater clarity and appreciation for the cryptocurrency business. This is because of the fact that the modern-day Secretary Chair, Gary Gensler, is scheduled to step down. The subsequent week, the entire cryptocurrency industry is maintaining a near eye at the current prison war that is taking place in the vicinity. Among the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and Ripple, mainly as the deadline for the SEC's attracts close to, there's a set called Brito. This is devoted to Arthur Brito, who is one of the co-founders of the XRP ledger. According to Brito, the SEC has until January 15th, 2025 to submit its enchantment quick inside the Ripple case. In the occasion that the Securities and Exchange Commission is unable to attain this deadline, Brito posed the question on Twitter on the chance of expulsion. After receiving Brito's request, Mark Fagel, a former lawyer for the Securities and Exchange Commission, replied with the aid of claiming that the